Police officers, what's the one call you'll never forget, and why? It was a summer evening in a small town, the kind where people don't lock their doors, kids still play in the streets, and the worst call you usually get is a neighbor complaining about fireworks in July. That night, dispatch called in a possible missing child, 6-year-old boy. Name was Eli. Last seen riding his red bicycle around 7:45 p.m. by his mom. She was making dinner, looked out the window, and he was just gone. No sounds, no screams, no witnesses. The neighborhood kids hadn't seen him either. When I arrived, I could feel it. That heavy silence, the kind that wraps around you and squeezes your gut before your brain catches up. The mom was on the porch, barefoot, clutching a dish towel, eyes wide and wet with panic. The dad was already running up and down the streets yelling his son's name. I'll never forget how his voice cracked on that second syllable of Eli. Within 15 minutes, we had half the department canvassing the area. Helicopters were requested. We checked backyards, sheds, pools, storm drains, everywhere. I remember walking through a field behind the subdivision and finding that little red bike tossed near a drainage tunnel. The front wheel still spinning. I radioed it in. My voice shook a little. The tunnel was small, maybe 3 feet tall, and reeked of wet earth and rust. I got on my hands and knees and crawled inside with my flashlight. About 20 feet in, I saw him, Eli, he was curled up, knees to chest, shivering. Mud streaked his face and arms. He looked up at me like I was the monster, not the cop coming to save him. When I reached for him, he flinched. Hard. Back at the hospital, after they cleaned him up, he finally talked. Said a man in a green hoodie, asked if he wanted to see some puppies. He followed him past the field, where the man tried to grab him. Eli bit his hand and ran, crawling into the tunnel to hide. Smart kid. Brave kid. We found a blood smear. On the tunnel's edge later, the guy had injured himself trying to pull the boy out. We never caught him. That still eats at me. 2 weeks later, I stopped by the family's house. I didn't even mean to. It was on my patrol route and something just pulled me in that direction. Eli was on the porch, riding a new red bike in slow circles. He saw me, dropped the bike, and ran over. No words, just a hug. One of those tight, shaky, silent hugs that kids give when they don't know what else to do. His mom came out. She didn't say anything either, just gave me this look, like thank you, and I'm sorry, and I'm terrified all at once. I nodded and walked away. I've responded to shootings, domestic disputes, suicides, and crashes I still have nightmares about. But that little red bike, that one sticks because we got there just in time, because we almost didn't, and because somewhere out there, a man in a green hoodie walked away.